Top of the morning, and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric McFrank.
And happy St. Patrick's Day.
Indeed. Happy St.
what
Patrick's
a day.
Day.
And this is going to be a lot of fun today. We have a triple header here for you for the World Pole League Palm Beach Open. Jan, 3 games today. We're going to be in the studio here. I'll be in the studio with Jan for the first 2 games, and then I'm going out to the field.
Whoa.
I'm an umpire the third game today, which should be a very, well, as you would say, and a perfect term for St. Patrick's Day, cracking game against Casablanca and Audi.
Yeah, looking forward to that. But before we go and send Dale off to the field, we have, of course, our first of our 3 games, as Dale was saying, our triple header. Brookshire out on the field against Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen. And we're going to start with Santa Trenque Lauquen, as that features the only lady player in this game. That, of course, is Melissa Ganzi at number 1. At number 2, and we're just going to make sure that the numbers match with those that you can see already out on your screen. Number 2, I believe, is Lucas James. Number 3, Juan Martin Zabia. And number 4 should be Juan Martin Nero. Over in the Brookshire squad, now, of course, the team in the orange, we've got Scott Wood at number 1. At number 2, we have Pepe Vecellino. Number 3, Gonzalito Pierres. And still, unfortunately, slightly injured, we have Miguel Novillo Estrada coming in at number 4. So that team, which was 23 goals through that substitution, has gone up to 24, as Miguel Novillo Estrada is an 8-goal player. So 24 against 26. So Brookshire will be given 2 goals on handicap. Your 2 mounted officials this morning are Gaston Dorignac and Pepe Araya. And as always, the man as our IRO, instant replay official, third man, Mr. Steve Lane. And a very good morning to you as well out there, Mr. Steve O'Lane.
You got it. And we are going to use a replay system today. So remember, each team will receive a challenge. 1 challenge per half. Use it or lose it. If they are right on their challenge, they'll receive another. All the triggers are in place. Check to see if a goal is scored. Check to see when the ball goes out of bounds at the end of the field or on the sideline. Check to see any time a 2-legged athlete or a 4-legged athlete comes together on a very hard play. And to check for any unsportsmanlike conduct. Anytime there is but the umpires have a third man call and they disagree on a call, they can use a trigger there. And where they'll go to our IRO/third man, who is on the iPad field side in real-time technology. CTV Sports. Highest level of technology coming to you from the field. Also, we'll be reviewing and breaking all the plays down for you today here in the studios. And, of course, remember, stay with us for halftime, as we will have our stats.
As we will also at the end of the game. But here we go then, ball's in play, and straight away the first win, if you will, the first throw-in win here by the number 3. Gonzalito Pierres taking Brookshire down towards that south end of the field. Nice little bit of a defensive play coming in straight away by Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen, man with the number 4 there. Juan Martin Nero, the only 10-goaler. We have, of course, a total of 6 10-goalers in the WPL this year. But now on the move, that is Juan Martin Zubia. Puts a bit of spin on that ball. Can he outrun the number 4, Miguel Novillo Estrada? Well, he did. And coming back also very quickly here in defense, Scott Wood trying to keep that ball in play. Zabia appealing to the umpire. They say, no, all good. Carry on playing. Now they're with the number 2, the man from Chile, 7-goal player, solid 7-goal player. That, of course, Pepe Vecellino. Sends that ball up to the front door. Nicely picked up now by Gonzalito Pierres. Slams on the brakes just a little bit as he crosses that halfway line. Little backhand shot coming in from Lucas James. Ball is on the boards. New line is created. Picked up once again by Gonzalito. He's got Pepe Vecellino right behind him. So it'll be very interesting to see how these two are going to fare in this third of our WPL tournaments. Now then, a little bit of space has been found, and there's the first shot on goal from the number 3. Gonzalito Pierres, a little under the neck to just put it through the uprights, but good defending once again by Juan Martin Nero, and the ball is still in play. And look at that, coming down to 5.5-minute mark pretty soon, and not a single whistle. So both teams here running and gunning from the get-go. Turned around again by Pepe Vecellino. He will hammer a long-distance ball downfield, and that's just going to run out of steam. You can see Juan Martin Zabia already turning his head just to make sure where the traffic is coming from. Looking for an opportune little gap over on the far side. Now then, he's got to get round and past Pepe Vecellino. He comes in for a challenge. Good support here once again from Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen with the number 4, Juan Martinero. He's going to hammer a long, long ball deep into Brookshire territory. And that's going to be left for Scott Wood. He likes getting involved. Good little touch there. Tried to send that ball back to Gonzalito. But Pipe Vecellino will just take the pace out of this play for just a brief moment. Over on the far side then, Miguel Navijo Estrada. As we say, we very much hope that Alejandro will be fit and back in the saddle in due course. Vecellino, a little under the neck shot. Yeah, nicely played. Back to Gonzalito. Gonzalito, the rotation, the one touch working very well. That's a little bit high, but well, you got a touch and you might get another one. Just beaten there to it by Juan Martin Zubia. Wow, this is incredible. Both of these teams here working very, very hard early on. Very smooth, no whistle, no foul. And that's exactly what we'd like to see here. Oh, a little steal, a cheeky little play here. Now, Gonzalito Pierres, this could be the first shot on goal and go through, and it does so. There it is. It took a while in the making, but Gonzalito Pierres picking up the first goal here for Brookshire.
Yeah, adding to their two goals on handicap here. Gonzalito, just a broken play because they would have had a 4-on-3 breakaway there. Bounces off one of the four-legged athletes. Gonzalito picks up the broken play. Nobody around him. And right here, you just got to sit in the rumble seat, Lucas James. Nothing he can do there when Gonzalito's by himself. But a very clean start to this triple-header day here at the World Polo League. That's what it's all about, watching polo. Yeah, look at it. They're going to go right to the Kersey change. No fouls. Did not need to stop one time. Just very skilled passing by both teams. Great four-legged athletes. Everybody came out on. Very open style. Field 3 looking very smooth this morning. Keeping that ball moving. And a good shot there, Pipe Vecellino. Remember, we are using the 2-point conversion, Jan, here in the Palm Beach Open. And even though it is the Palm Beach Open, the tournament committee decided to use the handicap based on the number of 23-goal teams that entered this year, just to keep the field even.
Yeah, good call.
And it's a good call.
Yeah.
Because we have some very strong 23-goal teams playing.
Yeah,
if you saw yesterday.
Well, yesterday, of course, was the opening match. If you didn't see that, we can tell you. Obviously, you can go back to CTV Sports and watch all the games, of course. But Kaya Polo came out very strong yesterday, taking on, the finalists on the last two tournaments, Richard Mille. And literally from the very first moment that ball was thrown in, Kaya, I wouldn't say dominated, but controlled that game, winning their opening match of the Palm Beach Open by 15 goals to 12. And as Dale, you were just saying, we are in for some fantastic polo, especially on this St. Patrick's.
Kaya tuned in very well yesterday. And, of course, Richard Mille, a very strong 26-goal team. We talked about all of the positive parts of the Richard Mille team yesterday. Even though they got edged out, this team you got to keep an eye on because they had everything going for them. Teo scoring goals, Tincho awesome from the penalty line, and of course the ambassador with Pablo McDonough and the Secretary of Defense Nacho Namiza Estrada. So that team, they lost one, but they're going to be in the fight to get to the finals here. Yep. On the after the Kersey change, picked up and away we go.
And still no whistle. Now, this is very smooth polo. A little hook there coming in from the number 4 from Miguel Navijo Estrada. Things are turned around. And a nice pick up here. Good first touch from Scott Wood. Tries to get another piece on that ball. A little bit unlucky as Juan Martinero got a piece of him. He hooked him. Takes the ball out to the far side. Just wants to clear it. In comes Juan Martin Zubia. Now he's up against the Tangola Gonzalito. And he's another one of those cracking young players, Dale. Juan Martin Zubia currently off 9 goals. If my memory serves me correctly, he was 8 last year, and he's gone up to 9 goals.
Yeah, on his way to the 10-goal pinnacle, and he deserves it. Very strong player, class act on the polo field. Ambassador of the game of polo, represents the sport at the highest level.
Yeah, and here we have the 2 number 3s. There is that Tangola just trying to tee it up there. He thought that Pipe was the first man right behind. In comes the number 2. Lucas James sends it back. Vecellino. Now then, can Gonzalito do something here? There is the shot on goal from Pipe Vecellino. Well, he got very lucky there picking up that goal because that could have easily gone wide. But power play here and pressure very early on here in this first chucker by Brookshire.
Yeah, good work here. And you got to give up to Gonzalito. sacrifices, go to the man, good communication. Newton knows he has Pipe in the rumble seat by himself, win the ride-off, and that's going to give Pipe not an easy shot, as Pipe had to wait for Lucas to clear out, and that's why he kind of, he didn't hit it as clean as we know Virtually could hit the ball, but waited, good contact, just enough to sneak it in there by the post.
Ball back in play, picked up very quickly by Juan Martin Zubia. He's got that 10-goaler running alongside him. Gonzalito Pierres, he got a piece of it on the near side, tried to send it back, but good support once again coming in from Juan Martin there. And, of course, at 10 goals, it's always such a pleasure to watch this young man play. Now then, a little flick of the wrist, and that will go through very nicely. Thank you very much. Picking up the first goal here for Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen.
Yeah, and they needed this one here. Remember, with the two-goal handicap and just a sweet little play by Zubia. He almost gets the hook there as Pipe was going for it. And once he gets in front here, he knows that he's got two players in behind him. You can see as Lucas James and Nero. So all he needs to do is just keep his head down. Even if he gets hooked there, he's got Nero for the finish.
Yeah, very nicely done. Ball back in play, straight away taken there. That shot by the number 3 by Gonzalito Pierres, sending it downfield. Backed by Juan Martinero, but again, he read it well. Gonzalito Pierres up against Lucas James now. The next two come charging down the field. And that will be Pipe Vercellino doing a very good job to keep it in play. Appeals to the umpire. And this there, can you believe it, with only about 15 or so seconds to go, the first whistle of this first chukker.
Yes, that ball's going to go out of bounds, so we'll see what they decide on this. We'll send everybody off to get some fresh four-legged athletes, and we'll be back here. Once again, happy St. Patrick's Day from CTV Sports, and we'll be back for our second chukker play.
Happy to be back in town playing with the best teams, best boys, and, on the best fields.
So we're going to start the season a full power horse.
I'm just happy to be back in Florida. It's hometown. Looking forward to getting back on these amazing fields.
The taqueria has all your polo needs, from the novice to the professional. We carry all of our equipment in multiple grades to fill a price point to suit the individual.
To you, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Indeed. A very, very top of the morning.
Give me some of your St. Patrick. Give me some of your.
Some my Irish.
Yeah, you're Irish. You're a little Irish.
Well, I'd like to first of all welcome all of you watching all over the world, all the little Harlequins, and also a special happy St. Patrick's Day to Lady Sharon O'Robb.
Very good. Well done. So here we are. We're live here from the Grand Champions Polo Club field number 3. So thank you for joining us here on St. Patrick's Day. We have a triple header for you today. So you're going to see a lot of high goal polo today. And we're also playing 6-goal polo today. So we'll keep you in the loop on what's happening.
Yeah.
on the sixth goal because we do cover all from everything from 6 to 26. But based on our 3 World Polo League games today, we're going to be bringing you the action at a 26 goal level. And we'll continue with the 6 goal as the week goes on. But this is the World Polo League Palm Beach Open, Brookshire against Santa Rita. And we have the Trenque and Lauquen, and they are in the pink jerseys today, pink and white. And we have the Brookshire team in the orange.
We do indeed, and welcome back. 4-1 is the score at the end of that, or is the score at the end of that first chukker. Brookshire, remember, coming in off 24 goals, were given 2 on handicap, and they've managed to increase that lead at the moment by 3 goals, playing a very powerful game. And as you can see here, that will be Pipe Vecellino going for the shot on goal. That's high in the sky. Wow.
Wow. That thing disappeared just out of the screen and off in, and wow, let's see the shot here. Unbelievable. I mean, he hits the ball so clean, hard, and so hard. He gets out, watch how he just bellies out his ball. He pushes it out to the right side here, and then you see how he goes out to the outside, and then he comes back, and his horse changes leads there. That gets it, puts Zubia in a spot where he can't make the hook. If he goes on an angle there and hits the next shot, which he could hit the next shot there, then Zubia's going to have a better chance of making a hook. So he goes out, makes Zubia go wide. That gives him a chance to hit the clean ball. Nice goal there by Vecellino.
He is, as you said, not only a very, very strong player, but also a very clever player. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him go up from 7 to 8 goals in the near future. Ball back in play. This time it's going to be Juan Martinero. So Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen winning that throw-in. But again, on the ball, Gonzalito Pierres with a lot of room to work, and he might have a crack at running this one himself. Has he got the horsepower? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got one of the best ponies out there. Look at that pony.
Wow,
open up.
man, that's beautiful, huh? That
Stunning.
bay pony. I love when they pin their ears back like that. I think it was running, wanting to run.
James now will pick that ball up and send it back. Who's he going to be looking for? Melissa Ganzi will try and be the recipient of this very long ball. There she is coming into your screens. Opens the shoulders out. She wanted to, and she needed to play a bit of a cut shot, but look at that. Lucas James tries to keep it in play, but that looked a little bit...
No, I know, but I think he might have got there from. I'm not sure if Ganda's going to... No, I don't think Ganda was on it 100%. You might. We'll see. But Melly, well done. She gets in there. She knows she needs to shoot that. And she pulls the trigger. It goes across the field. Lucas James, yeah, he's going to get caught on that one. He came from across the field and met it. And so good communication there between Melly and Lucas. But good read by Gonzalito. So right away violation. And right there from the spot. Penalty 5-8.
Quickly taken by the number 4 by Miguel Novillo Estrada. Zubia coming in for the challenge. Picked up now by Gonzalito. He'll have a little crack at this. Nice long, deep ball. Wants to feed that one over to Scott Wood. He's got a lot of space and room to work with. Slightly overcooked that one. Sends it out to the left-hand side. Pipe Vecellino being taken care of by the number 4 by Juan Martinero. Zubia now going up, wanting that ball back. So very much like in that first chukker here. Very clean, open polo. Now another great pass up to the front. Melissa Ganzi will pick this one up. Leaves that one behind for Juan Martin Zubia. And he's all over the place here this morning, Dale. He's
been very active this morning. And Melly, very comfortable on the great 4-legged athlete. Using her in the first chukker, they kind of kept it around with the 3-man team behind her. And now they got her out front. And that adds that other dimension. You remember when they get her out there pulling the team, it adds another offensive attack. So it's good to see that here coming on early. Picked up and backed up cleanly by Zubia.
Yeah, and James trying to just control that. But that ball did have quite a bit of pace on it. Once again, the 9-goaler Gonzalito Pierres over on the far side comes into a little bit of traffic with Juan Martinero. Everything happening over on the far side on the boards. A couple of sticks going up in the air, and we do have a whistle on that play.
Yeah, here we go. This goes over the boards, and this is why you want to keep your head on a swivel. If you come to a polo game, see how the horses, they can go to the boards. Right there, 2 players come together. So you either have riding into the back shot or backing into the pony there. Just going to take us to our courtesy change, and we'll let the mounted officials work this one out. Again, got a lot of things going on here in the Wellington area.
We do indeed. And if you were looking for somewhere to spend your St. Patrick's Day, well, we're delighted to let you know that you can not only combine the two, great food, great hospitality, great catering, of course, at the Buffalo Wild Wings here in Wellington. So if you are in the viewing or the local viewing area, pop down to Buffalo Wild Wings. You'll be able to watch all the polo matches that, of course, are brought to you here on CTV Sports. So if you were thinking of somewhere to go where you can combine the best of both worlds, great polo and a great bit of food, go down and see your friends at the Buffalo Wild Wings there.
Yeah, right around the corner. They're from the CTV studios. We actually eat lunch there a lot, and it's great to see them partnering up here and putting all the polo on there. A very good shot of the Brookshire team. Scott Woods loves the game of polo. I love the orange and black. And he's had those colors for many years with his teams. And coming out of Houston, Texas, Scott also plays up the Aspen Valley Polo Club, our sister club in Aspen, Colorado, Carbondale, Colorado, just 20 minutes from Aspen, 20 minutes from Glenwood, right in the middle. And a lot of polo being played here at the Grand Champions Polo Club this season. On our 16th season, 5th year for the World Polo League.
Yep.
16 years, though, for the club. Time flies when you're having fun.
It does indeed.
Largest club in the nation right now, and boy, there's a lot of polo going on. Everything from the WCT with the women's, the ladies, and also they're doing the U.S. Open right now, so that's great. But we have our WCT. It's been great with Alina Carter and Melissa Ganzi. They have the ladies that play every Wednesday, and a great job of Roddy Matthews. Been doing a lot of the umpiring out there. Then we got the 6 goal going for you: 6, 8, 12,
and 26.
26.
Yeah.
And we're right in the middle of the high goal season, so it's heating up, as we say.
It is indeed, and of course it'll all come to a bit of a final, a very always enjoyable climax at the end of April with the WPL Beach Polo World Cup down.
Yeah, you got to get on that. Got to get those tickets because that closes up really quick. And what an event, world class event. People come from all over the world to spend that time, and it's also you can parlay that with the Triple Crown of Polo,
exactly.
World Polo League, and then then you go down spend 3 or 4 days down in Miami for the World Polo League Beach Polo World Cup.
Here we go, back to the action then. A little over 3 minutes left to play, and both of these teams still running and gunning. Melissa Ganzi coming through. Can she get another touch? I think she can. There it is, and that, I think, is well-deserved. Melissa Ganzi picking up her first goal, and again, a much-needed goal here for Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen.
Yeah, good positioning here by Scott. Actually, was right there. Went for the back shot, got a piece of it, and, well, he had the angle there. But Lucas James doing a good job keeping Pipe out of the play. And then that just gives Melly the opportunity to just bring out the putter, take her time there on the gray mare, staying on the gray mare. She's had 2 runs already on the gray mare. Now wait for the final player to get back to the bowl-in, the face-off in hockey, the bowl-in in polo. Remember the field out there, if you're new to the game in polo, 300 yards long by 160 yards wide. And, well, you're watching the best players and 4-legged athletes in the world carry themselves up and down. And these last 2 chunkers have been very open and fast. Back to the game as they get control here, controlled, and it's going to be picked up here by, on the far side, opened up there in the center.
By Miguel Navija Estrada. Ball is back over the halfway line, and it looked like that could have nearly been a collision. And once again, Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen putting on the pressure. There is the backhand. Just clear that ball. That's the idea, trying to send it back up to the number 2, to Pipe Vecellino. Now, Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen seem to be a lot more aggressive and active here in this second chucker with a little over a minute and a half to go. And, yeah, we have probably the second or third, if that, which is very, very little whistle here in this game.
Yeah, no, it's been a very clean, open style game, but a lot of movement. This ball comes across the field, and then you can see right there. So what they're looking for is which player actually established himself on the correct side. Remember, there's no right-of-way on the near side. And, again, if you're new to the game of polo, the near side, the left side of the pony. And when the players play the ball on the near side, there's no right-of-way on the near side. So if you were going down the field on the near side and a player came to meet you on the off side, on the right side, you'd have to switch.
Yeah.
So right here, you had 2 players on the near side. So now who gets across quick enough to get on the offside? And that's what the umpires are looking for. And if it works for Santa Rita, Lauquen, it's going to be good because they're going to get an open goal out of it, which if it went the other way, it would have been.
Yep.
So we do have a challenge on the call there. And on the challenge, so the Brookshire team's going to go ahead and challenge. They're going to lose their challenge. So not a bad one to challenge here. If you think about it, I mean, the risk-reward matrix, second chucker, they would have saved an open goal. Penalty 3. Lucas James, no problem. And remember, this is a timing call. So you might want to just send that one over to the IRO to look at because it is a timing call for the umpires on the field. So and Gonzalito, Miguel, and Pipe very strong on the challenge system, especially Gonzalito and Miguel. And I know Pipe loves the challenge system also. So they're going to lose their challenge, but I like the challenge.
Yep.
Go for it.
So, coming back into this game, as I said, quite strong here in chucker number 2. Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen. Ball is back in play, but it looks like Brookshire have won that throw in again. Pipa Vecellina coming out on top, but he's up against the number 3 there. There he is, Juan Martin Zubia. Gets a bump. He's surrounded by orange shirts. Cheeky little backhand play, nicely done, and all of a sudden, on the move, Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen. This looks like a nice little run here for Juan Martin Nero. Still, Nero gets the putter out. A couple of cheeky touches. Cracking goal by the Tangola.
Mixing it up well. One from Melly, one from Lucas. Everybody on the Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen team scoring goals here by the second chucker.
Yeah, and that's brought them within just that one goal, so you can see how quickly things can turn around here. Chucker number 1, very much Brookshire, but maybe that's what Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen needed, just a chucker to, get all the balls in motion, and they're doing a very good job, and that will bring us to the end of chucker number 2. So 3-1 in favor of Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen, bringing the overall score 5-4. Make sure you stay with us here on this beautiful St. Patrick's Friday morning when we come back right here on CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And, of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
Well, top of the morning to you.
And top of the morning to you, too.
And a happy St. Patrick's Day.
I know you're here for the crack.
You got it. And it's been a cracking game, as you said it. 5-4. First chucker was, you said it, Yana Frank. It was Brookshire. And then Santa Rita. Trenque, Lauquen came alive. And remember, 2-goal handicap given here on the 24 against a 26-goal team. We're live from Field 3 at the Grand Champion Polo Club. First of our triple header. World Polo League, St. Patrick's Day Polo Extravaganza.
Yes, indeed. And also the weather, of course, it's been a little bit chillier the last few days, which I think is absolutely fantastic, or are fantastic conditions for the players and, of course, the four-legged athletes. So, yeah, I was surprised, Dale, that we've had this cold front coming in.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
It is very refreshing.
Very refreshing for the four-legged athletes. Also, remember, especially when you're in the middle of the season here, because remember, this is where you get teams. The first All-Star Challenge, which was single elimination, won by Casablanca. Everyone's still getting things organized. Then the Founders Cup, won by Audi, starting to pick that up, and then you get into now the Palm Beach Open, and this is where it really. The teams and the horses are really getting fit, and to have that little burst of clean air, you could say, for refreshing air, is just perfect for everybody, the players and the ponies.
And that ball nearly being picked up there by Juan Martinera. Very difficult angle. Oh, look at this. Juan Martin Zubia, how he got out of that saddle to pick up that ball. Very unlucky that he was denied that goal. But again, super pace here. And great skills shown by Juan Martin Zubia.
Yeah, no, he's been very active here in the first half. And here's a new face for you, Miguel Naviz-Estrada. He's filling in for his brother today, if you're just joining us. And a big shout-out to Alejandro. We hope he's feeling better. He had a bit of a problem with his leg, and so we'll get some info on him. But we thought he might play. And then his brother came in. Alejandro's on 7, and his brother is on 8. And, of course, he's the father of Mickey, who's been playing in the 6 and 8 goal and playing very well. On the move right here, controlled, and it's going to be Zubia wearing the number 3 in the pink jerseys. Around they go. It looks like he's got Lucas James going forward, but he leaves it behind, and Versalino will turn it, and that's a nice little play. Oh, the give and go. He's got Gonza moving forward here. Gonzalito already on the move, 3 lengths in front of Zubia, and that's just a great power polo play.
Yeah, but not only that, it's also the sight, the overview there from Pipe Vercellino. It all started with that very, very precise pass. So you've got to give it up to Pipe Vercellino as well. And then, of course, it's a walk in the park here for Gonzalito Piero.
Yeah, I figured they would be a good combination, Gonza and Pipe. He gels with everybody, Pipe. But with Gonzalito, who played for the Richard Mill team, remember he was on there for a couple tournaments, and now taking captain position here for Brookshire. And doing a great job here. On the backside, this guy's been very busy, too. Once again, Pipe again is going to win the bowling here. He's got Scott going forward. It bounces off a pony here. Nero, Scott, and they'll leave that one, and they're going to play the advantage as Lucas James takes one out, but nobody home for the pass. Backed up cleanly. Turned around, and it'll be Pipe once again. It looks like you might get a full 4-player rotation here. Yeah, it looks like Miguel going forward now. But picked up and taken by Zubia, and he's going to get the lob wedge in here. Looking for Melly on the black mare. Now, good job by Lucas. If he can win the ride-off here, Melly's going to get a shot on goal. She gets a piece of it and leaves it now for Zubia. And Juanmar is going to go ahead and slow it down. Oh, that's a pretty little play.
Yes.
If they can finish it off. Oh. What a play by Versalino. And... oh, man, a lot of action in the north goal again.
Yeah, that was great. Again, like I said, not only a strong player, but a very clever player. Here we can see the footage again with the number 3. There he is, Juan Martin Zubia. Just puts it back, and that should have, but what a great bit of defending there by, as you said, Pipe Vercellino. It's like he anticipated that was going to happen.
Yeah, so we'll see what they do here. We're going to get our Kersey change. And that's an interesting play because the ball bounced off Versalino's pony and looking like it came up and down the field a bit. Good shot of a Miguel. If you just saw right there, you can watch him go from horse to horse. There you go. And so I'm going to see. It's going to be see what they call in the field here. Good shot of Zubia. Love the jerseys.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And so we'll see what happens because if that ball popped off and it looked like you had Gonzalito coming from one side, Pipe went to steal it, and you had Zubia come flying in to try to get a piece of it. So we'll see what they decide. And then it went flying off into the corner, and I'm not sure if it went off the field over there. Good shot of Juanmar. MVP. in the Argentine Open this year. Well deserved. Played very, very well at the number 4 position. So they're going to take a look at this one and decide on this play. Is a tricky little play down in front of goal. Love the drop pass by Zubia.
Yeah.
And he took 2 players out of the game there, and Juanmar was set up perfect for it. Nero shot it, but his Versalino just playing goalie like in hockey, stopped it, and then I think it gets knocked out of bounds. So they're deciding here. Remember, you can use the triggers here too to check and see when the ball comes out of bounds, just to make sure if he went off a horse or a player. But it looks like it's going to be a knock-in for Brookshire. So a clean play in front of goal, no foul on the play, courtesy change. Here comes a knock-in, and it'll be Estrada.
Good first touch, but look at that. Coming in very early. Lucas James here for Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen. They want to try and keep Brookshire at bay. Again, the challenge coming in. Juan Martin Zubia, can he keep that ball in play? He does. And the pony not helping much. The ball is literally on the line. And once again with the number 4, Miguel Navijo Estrada. This time trying to clear it a little bit further.
So that ball's going to go out of bounds inside the 60, Yan. So watch the umpire here. He's going to probably bring that one out. And maybe it was outside the 60. We'll see. It looked like to me like it might have been inside, but if so, he's going to go. If it was outside, no, he's going to go with the one hit here. Look at this ball by Zubia. Wow. That, well, 10 goals or not 10 goals?
Exactly.
I know he carries the 9, but look at this guy. He turns around. Remember, this is a one-hit, one-play ball. Because the ball was inside the 60-yard line, remember when they bring it outside for the change of possession, the cop on the pitch, you need to go ahead and use that as a pass, one-time pass or one-time shot at goal. And I'll take that all day.
Yeah, no, cracking goal. Again, textbook the way he opened those shoulders and took aim and just fired that one away. Now then, Brookshire with that young man with the number 2, Pipe Vecellino on the move. Very fast pony. Look again, the technique. In comes the bump and the ride off. He tried to keep it in play, but solid defense here by the number 4, the 10 goal at Juan Martinera, because Pipe would have put that one away for sure.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and have the knock in here. So, again, good D. 1 goal difference, very close match here in our first half.
And I'll be looking forward to those stats. Of course, remember, those stats will be coming up at halftime, which is in about a minute and a half from now. So make sure before you go and get yourself a fresh cup of coffee to stick around for those stats. A nice little spin on that ball by the number 4, Juan Martinera, looking for a shirt in pink and red. Nobody there. Scott Wood trying to clear it. Brookshire once again in possession. Pipe Vecellino, for me so far, one of the strongest players out there this morning. Turned around and picked up, and he's one of the other strong players who's, I think, excelled here very much in this first half. Juan Martin Zubia, nice pass. Here comes the under the neck, or maybe not, trying to just control it. Juan Martinera, there now is the under the neck shot. Hammers that one. Slightly, I think slightly too much power on that. It just went out to the left.
Now looking for some room to work there. That's all Juanmar was doing. You know, he had to take it out a little bit further than he probably wanted to, but you need to clean space to get the shot off, and he can make it from anywhere out there, so why not? Push it to a good spot, and we'll see. I think they'll manage the clock here. Yeah, good management by the Brookshire team here to take a big turn, and that'll end our first half, and that'll take us to our halftime show here. And we'll look like all the players are going off. We got our halftime stats, 6-5, and it's going to be pretty close. Santa Rita, interesting, getting a few more shots. And so that came in the second chucker because it was Brookshire early. Knock-ins, though, missing the goal a little bit, so pretty even there if you go back and forth with the 6 or the 4 and the 2 based on the 6 and the 9. Throw-ins, even, 5 and 4. They're just going back and forth. And then not a lot of fouls, just 2 fouls committed by one, and we got a couple 5s. But there you go, 1 committed by Santa Rita, well done. So very clean first half here in our 2023 World Polo Palm Beach Open. Again, happy St. Patrick's Day from the CTV studios. We're going to go to a little halftime break as you see a good shot of Wanmar. And we'll be back. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, I mean, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, I mean, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I mean, I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I mean, I feel like it's home. We've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. I mean, it's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pérez.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pérez.
I'm Alejandro Novilla Estrada.
Hello, I'm Nacho Novilla Estrada. I made goals and here back in Aspen.
This is a championship meet. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them. And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beaches right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. And if you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything I ever dreamed of.
Top of the morning, and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric O'Frank.
And a happy St. Patrick's Day, as we have our first game of 3 today here in the World Pole League and the Palm Beach Open, yeah?
Yeah, very much looking forward to, well, first of all, the second half of this game. But as Dale was just saying, coming on your screens later on today at 1:30, we've got the 2 new teams that we're very much looking forward to see out there. Dead End against Global Port, a 23-goal team against a 25-goal team. That'll be coming at 1:30.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Especially all the new teams that we have playing this year in the World Pole League.
And then this afternoon, of course, I'm pretty sure that a game that a lot of you out there are not going to want to miss. Audi against Casablanca. So 2 winners already of the 5th WPL season. Audi, of course, with Mark Gansey, Hector Castagnone, Nick Roldan, and Fred Manis against Casablanca. Remember, they won the All-Star Challenge with Grant Gansey, so father against son. Tomacho Pierres, and then, of course, the second of our 2 Castagnolas, Barto, up against his brother Hector. And, of course, the very strong 7-goaler, Jesse Bray. And we are still waiting and hoping that maybe today, Dale, on St. Patrick's Day, we will see that 2-pointer.
Yeah, you got it. It's a family affair at the 4 o'clock game. So tune in for that, as big day here in the World Pole League at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And we also have Sitco Polo being played. 2 games being played. And right here, though, it's going to be Brookshire and Santa Rita. Trenque and Lauquen, and they're going to go ahead. They're Brookshire in the orange jerseys.
Yep.
And Santa Rita in their pink and white.
And let me just quickly run you through the names again. For Brookshire in orange, Scott Wood at number 1, Pipe Vecellino at number 2, Gonzalito Pierres at number 3 of 9 goals. And, of course, in for the still slightly injured Alejandro Navijo Estrada, his brother Miguel. That is Brookshire in orange. Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen in the sort of off-red, pinkish with white. Melissa Gansey at number 1, Lucas James at number 2, Juan Martin Zabia. And, of course, Juan Martin Nero. 6-5 is how they left the field at the end of the first half. And we now come back to the top of Chukka number 4. And as you can see, Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen looking for that equaliser. But it's going to be a tall order because Brookshire are playing very well this morning.
A very clean first half. Not a lot of fouls. Both teams moving the ball, using each other very well. And mixing it up well. Scott kind of rotating around, playing a lot of defense, even though he's wearing the 1. Melissa pulling the team in the front, has a goal, and she had 2 or 3 shots on goal.
Here we go then. Juan Martin Zabia, one of the strongest players out there this morning, with that incredible goal that we saw from him in Chukka number 3, but struggling to get out of their own half. A little backhander there from Lucas James. No pink shirt there. It'll be Pipe Vecellino. Now, we know how dangerous he is from anywhere on the field. Yeah, just, well, thinks he might have been hard done by there. Appealing to the umpires, they did not see anything untoward. Little under the neck shot there, over onto the far side. Once again, now the rotation working. Yeah, he didn't pick that ball up nicely, Lucas James. And that'll be an open opportunity now for Gonzalito Pierres. Look at that, all those orange players going up, down the field. And, yeah, that did look like we weren't going to see a whistle on that play.
Yeah, keep an eye here on Gonzalito, the number 3. He's going to push it to the inside there. And then you have a player riding in from behind. Zubia kind of pointing to the right, saying he thought he hit it to the right a little more. Now, remember, in our first half, the Brookshire team did use a challenge. Both teams receive an additional challenge in the second half. So if they want to use it, we'll see if they decide to. Looks like the Santa Rica Trenque Lauquen team is going to go ahead and just save it, which I would.
Yep.
Good idea here. Four chucker challenge. I mean, if you do the matrix, you save a penalty 2 if you win it, but not a difficult call. Just kind of a timing call based on how far that ball got hit to the center. A little more angle, I think, is good for Zubia. He can get away with it. Only looked like about a 45-degree there. Gonzalito gets back from left to right. It'll be Pipe Versalino with the open goal penalty 2.
And he'll make no mistake there, picking up his 3rd goal of this game. So once again, restoring a little bit of a cushion here. 7 goals to 5 now, with a good 5 minutes left to play here in Chucker number 4.
And we'll be bowling in right here underneath the high cam right in the middle on Gaston Dorniak for the rest of the game. So you'll get a good look at all the players up close and personal here on the bowlins. I think they're switching it around a little bit. We're wait for Melly. Remember, always wait for the final player to return to the bowlin. That is the procedure the umpires use. And it looks like they're putting Gonzalito at the front, and Lucas James is matching up against him. And this one's going to be won by Zubia.
Yeah, a bit of traffic on the boards here. Turns it around nicely. Now, can he shake off? Oh, again, clever little play. Look at that combination play between Zubia there and the number 4, Juan Martinero. That's how you take care of an angle player like Gonzalito Pierre's. Clever play here by Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen.
Yeah, good passing there. I love that. It almost looked like you think Lucas, because he's the runner and gunner, he's going to run that one around a turn, but he had Zubia all by himself. Now they're going to go ahead and get here. I like the non-call here. I mean, I know Gonza's going to ride for this one, but it almost looked like Zubia extended the distance between them there. So even though he's turning that ball to the right there, I'm going to lean towards a good non-call here. And I know Gonza, he is such a great captain. But it almost looked like Zubia brought that ball forward and almost increased the distance between the two players and then went to the right. From our angle anyways. And remember, it's all about that spacing, the window. The player behind needs to be closing the gap. And if it stays even or extends, then no whistle. So I like the non-call. That's going to take us to our first courtesy change of the second half. And, we said, if you're in the area.
Yeah, tell us that.
Hey, if you're in the local viewing area. And, actually it started yesterday. Mm-hmm. And you can go over to Buffalo Wild Wings, which is right around the corner here around 441. Fun place. And they're watching. You can watch all the CTV sports there with all the polo matches live on all their TVs. They have many TVs there. We've been there, Yan. We have a lot of fun there.
We did.
And you can enjoy some wings, burgers, get some beers. Just have an amazing day here on St. Patrick's Day watching CTV Sports in the World Polo League.
Is that where you're taking me tonight for dinner? Is that a surprise dinner for me?
I'm taking you for dinner, yeah. I got a surprise for you. We're going to Buffalo Wild Wings. You know you love it over there.
I do indeed.
The people are great. All the bartenders, the waitresses, the owners are amazing. And it's just a lot of fun, so it's nice teaming up with them. And they have a nice little area. They actually dedicated to it, but you can watch it all over the TVs. They have a lot of TVs in that place. And you can also pick up on some other sports while you're there.
You can indeed, but we very much hope you will be watching the World Polo League. Remember, the highest level of polo played anywhere on planet Earth outside of Argentina. At the United States of America's largest and I would say most comprehensive polo club, not only from the levels of play that you can play here, but also the Polo On Demand program, the ladies polo, of course, and the polo school, which, of course, is also playing in the Six Skull as we speak. Dale, you mentioned that earlier. We've got 2 Six Skull games happening also today on this Friday, St. Patrick's Day. And, of course, we will be bringing you the updates on how those matches pan out a little bit later on. Now, let's go back to the action and watch this young man who's always in for a surprise, Pipe Vercelino, the man from Chile. He will just leave that one behind for Miguel Novillo Estrada. He will take things to the left of the field. And Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen, very, very deep once again. Now, a nice little bit of stick work here from Miguel Novillo Estrada. Yeah, and then I just got one player too many. Lucas James putting his stick down to stop that run on goal. But they haven't controlled it yet. Again, a great eye for the ball. Juan Martin Zabilla felt he got hard done by there, but the umpires just allowing that play to unfold, and now we do have a whistle on that play.
A good steal here by Pipe early, and then they come together here. Let's keep going there. Bounces out of the air. Nice play with Zubia out of the air. This is clean. I'm not sure if it went up and down the field there. I know Zubia hit it, and then they came together right there with Wanmar. So we'll see what they decide to call. You might have a late. Listen, it's going to go 4 in favor. And that ball just in front, about 10 yards in front of the line, so this won't count for 2. But let's see where Pipe is. He's one of the big hitters also. Let's see where he lays this one. He's probably going to go for this one.
It nearly went through, ran into some traffic, but just biding his time in the right place at the right time, Miguel Novillo Estrada.
Miguel's going to fire this one. It looked like Wanmar came over, and then Scott came over. And I'm not sure if Scott came in front of Wanmar. He pulled up. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and, yeah. They're going to say, or we'll check and see. Looks like Wanmar's asking them about it. And we'll see what they decided to do there. Because it looked like Scott came over to make a play. Let's see if we can run that back and take a look at Scott. They're taking a look at it right now, so we'll let them look at it. But here's the play. Keep an eye on number 1 right there. And that kind of made Wanmar look up. So, you know, do you have the intimidation call or not? We'll see what they decided to do. And it looks like they are going to say no goal on the play. So a continuation play, late whistle. And you know what's good to do this here is good to let that play out.
Yeah.
Because you got Scott coming across. Maybe hold the whistle, let Miguel shoot it. That way the ball goes through, and then blow the whistle.
Yeah.
And then if there's a challenge or something and it's not a foul on the play, then the goal would count.
Yeah, correct.
So I like the umpire's decision here, but it is a foul. So when I like this even better, instead of being from the spot, they move to center. And that gives an advantage to the Santa Rita team, and instead of being from the spot there, Jan.
Indeed, good call here by the umpires, but now Santa Rita are in Brookshire territory there. He's saying, look, he's right in front of me, and he waved his hand there, Gonzalito Pierres, with a smile on his face. I think he knows what happened there.
Caught there 90 degrees. Let's see, it goes here, and then it gets kicked, and then he looked like God just got a camp there. He got a big smile on his face, but he was definitely camped there. Zubia couldn't go anywhere. So you're going to get the open goal penalty too. And but again, back to the moving that one from the spot to the center. That's a big play, and a lot of times umpires won't move that ball. But you got to remember, it might be a good foul if you leave it from the spot. You know, because now you got a team that's sitting at the 6-yard line. And if the Brookshire team wins the next play, you move to center, and it gives an advantage. So here we go for the open goal penalty to Lucas. He has 1 on the day already. And he hits a nice little sweet ball, doesn't he?
He does indeed. That is goal number 2 for Lucas James. And with that, they are once again within 1 goal of Brookshire, still in the lead by 7 goals to 6. And just a little over 2 minutes left to play.
You know, it reminds me of that, Jan, is sometimes when you see a foul at the end, on the end line, a player might just go in there and try to make a shot on goal just for, just to see what happens, see if it gets called. And a lot of times they leave it from the spot. I'm a big believer in those balls maybe can move the center.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you have less players trying to make that desperation shot on goal. So that is something we talk about a lot with our professional umpires. Very, very tough, very strong group of umpires we have this year working for the World Polo League.
Yeah, and that ball, as you can see there, just been thrown in, and we had what, to me looked like a pretty open shut case here. There's a cheeky little backhand shot, trying to send it to Pipe Vecellino, but coming charging down the line was the number 3, Juan Martin Zabilla. But now the question is, who had that line?
Right, so they're going to go ahead and now a little different game here. Both teams went into the tent. Remember, a very clean first half by both teams when it came to penalties. And now here in our fourth, we've already had 4. So both teams going in and talking defense, I think. Getting a little more physical, talking about getting with the man. And we always know it when you see the defensive side of these teams come out. You does get a little bit, sticky at times.
Dicey, I was going to say.
What's that?
Dicey. I was going to say. You say sticky, I say dicey.
Okay, shiesty.
No, not dicey.
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 With a D.
With a D.
It gets dicey. But that's what happens, it's just that defensive game, and when it happens, then you get a few little sticky fouls. But both these teams being so clean as they were in the first half, I got a feeling the Fit Chucker will line out because they're just trying to get established here. A very tight game with a 1-goal difference.
James on the ball. Lucas James trying to send it down the field. Yeah, a little bit short, but Zubia not able to control that properly. Gonzalito. He had Lucas James coming down to try and steal it now then. What's Gonzalito got up his sleeve? There is the cut shot, or the straight shot, I should say, rather. And a good pick up here by Scott Wood. Scott Wood for the second. Vetchelin. Oh, he picked that up nicely. Can he finish it? A little under the neck. There it comes.
Nice try. Good approach. And not easy to get through the hook there of Zubia.
Yeah, no, he did very well. Very well. Turned around. Brookshire takes aim. Miguel Navijo Estrada just puts it wide.
Shot on goal. So they get it down there, and I think you're going to see him probably manage the clock here. Maybe they go for a quick knock-in. And, yeah, they're going to get it done just in time. So Walmart said, let's go for one more, guys. We got fresh horses. So I like this. Looking for Melly. Yeah, big ball down the center. Well read here by Pipe. He's going to hammer one back as the clock ticks down. And look at this. He's got Miguel going forward now with Gonzalito in the rumble seat. Miguel now, he'll fire one from about 70 yards out. That's going to lay right inside the red zone. Will it stay on the field? Yes, it is. It's going to be backed out of there cleanly by Zubia. Nice hook by Estrada. He'll turn it around and snap one, and Miguel might get one here. And, wow, just wide to the left.
Very close, but I like the fact that they played that all the way to the end. A little unlucky there for Miguel Navijo Estrada. And that, of course, brings us to the end of Chukka number 4. So just a goal apiece and just 1 goal separating these two teams. We'll be back in just a few moments for Chukka 5 and 6. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
The World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pieres.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pieres.
I'm Alejandro Novilla Estrada.
Hello, I'm Nacho Novilla Estrada. I made goals and here back in Aspen.
All right, here we go. Welcome back. Fit Chucker action. Very tight game, 7-6.
Very tight game indeed. And if you look at the score sheet here, of course, those 2 goals and that Brookshire were given at the beginning when they came out guns blazing. That was really the only time there was a 3-goal difference. They were given 2, they scored 2, and only 1 coming in from Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen. So 4-1 at the end of the first, and then it got a little bit tighter. A pick-up, 3 goals here for Santa Rita in the third, just a single goal for Brookshire in the second. So that made it very close. 5-4 at the halftime break. It was 6-5. And now it's 7-6. So absolutely very, very tight game. And well, we kind of anticipated that this could be one of those games which could go down to the wire. And we'll see how Santa Rita, of course, coming in off 26 goals, how they will fare now with the last 2 chuckers. Here we go then. Ball knocked into play by the 10-goaler Juan Martin Nero, finding Juan Martin Zubia. And he will hammer another nice long ball down the field, but nobody home there for Santa Rita to pick that up in offense. Little backhand flick there by the number 4 by Miguel Novillo Estrada. Coming round the outside once again here with the number 3, Gonzalito Pieris. He's still on the halfway line. Pipe Vecellino wants to take care of Juan Martinero to allow Gonzalito a little bit more space and room to work with. Yeah, very nicely done. Finds himself caught between 2 defending players. 2 of the strongest. And that's a nice little ball up to the front, finding Melissa Ganzi. Good first touch from her. Scott Wood will take it down the field a little further. Oh, a bit of a mistake now then by Scott Wood. So Melissa, she will take this all the way.
Oh, that's going to go. That's going. Yes, and what a shot here by Melly. Perfectly executed. She kept it in behind Scott. Actually, Scott made a good play. Running by her, taking it forward. And then he hit the back shot. He got a little angle on it, but Melissa was just in a good shot. And remember, Melly's been shooting the ball today from a good 40 plus every shot she's taken.
Yep.
So this is definitely in the game plan. Go and shoot it, Melly, put it up in there, and perfect shot right there to start off the Fit Chucker.
So she'll be happy with that because that also is the equalizer. 7 apiece. Chucker number 5. Ball back in play. Now let's see how Brookshire will respond to that. On the move, Juan Martinero. Luckily for him, he's got Juan Martin Zubia right behind. Great drone footage here from one of the best, if not the best drone pilot in the business. Our dear friend Austin. Over on the far side. Picked up here now by Miguel Novillo Estrada. Didn't get the shot he wanted off on that. Juan Martin Nero will take it off him. Still Nero. A lot of traffic. Now then, can Juan Martin Zubia unload and under the next shot? Well, there was a deflection, and it's going to be met once again by the man from Chile, Pipe Vecellino. Little cut shot on that. Nicely hammered by Gonzalito Pierres. Juan Martinero will send it back. Yeah, he saw he had turned, and Pipe Vecellino establishing himself on what looked like that new line.
Yeah, change the line here, and it goes across the field. And lesser angle play there, call. As Pipe going to go ahead and read that one on the open back shot. Good footage there. You see the ball going across the field. One player riding up and down the field. One player coming across 45 degrees. They'll drop that ball from the spot for a penalty 5A in favor of the Brookshire team. Miguel, as we said earlier, filling in for his brother today, Alejandro. Shout out to Alejandro. Hope he's feeling better. Getting through a leg injury. Happened in the Founders Cup. A little bit of mishit here, and it's going to be taken and controlled by Lucas. Lucas will leave it for Zubia. Zubia's going to meet it and carry it down across center field. He's got Melly out in front here if he can get through. Zubia now, the two number threes are going to come together, but Juan Marwans, he's going to keep it out in front of Gonzalito, and a great goal there by Juan Martin Zubia.
Clever play again. Very, very clever play. I think he was playing with the idea of getting it over to Melissa, but the way he just dominated that challenge coming in from Gonzalito Pierre is absolute textbook.
Yeah, no, it's perfect, though, because when Melly's out there, it also keeps their focus that way, getting up and down the field. So whether they use her or not, look how it turns out. Zubia gets an open space. Doesn't get the perfect shot to Melly, but it gives her a good time. There you go, 8-7. That'll end our fifth chukker. So we'll be back. You don't miss our sixth and final chukker. And we'll be back here on St. Patrick's Day for CTV Sports. Oh, I'm sorry. We're good. Cursey change here. I apologize on that. They went. And so they'll switch them up here. And with the Cursey change, well, a nice little lead taken by the Santa Rita team as they were trailing. Well, they trailed every chukker by a goal or so. Mm-hmm. That first chukker, remember, you had the 2 goals on handicap, but now taking over. So it's almost worked perfectly for them as a 26-goal team. They got back in line there with the 1-goal difference with the 2-goal handicap, and this is their first lead they've taken yet.
It is indeed, and it's been quite a bit of work because you've got to also give it up to Brookshire, standing and playing extremely well. Is this now where that 3-goal or that 2-goal, beg your pardon, handicap is going to come and make all the difference? This is what we need to see. But I've got to say that Scott Wood, Pipi Vecellina, Gonzalito Pierres, and Miguel Navijo-Estrada are playing very well together.
Yeah, no, played very, very well. Like I said, and Melissa adding 2 goals on a day. That adds a lot to their offensive attack because, remember, that's going to keep Scott busy. And that's why I think they've gone to that. They've changed it up a little bit. Even though Scott's wearing the 1, he's rotated so to keep an eye on Melly. On the move, they're going to win the bowl in here, and it's going to be picked up and taken by Lucas.
Yeah, and he's straight away got a challenge. The second man coming in, Pipi Vecellina. He also already had Miguel Navijo-Estrada. Yeah, speaking of him, he's on the ball, and we will have a whistle on that play.
So back shot coming for Zubia, and then Miguel takes him out and comes in from behind. That's where your whistle is. They'll stop the clock and put him back on the penalty line. Remember, in the fourth, it was all penalties for the goals or when anything scored from the field. Lucas already has 2. He has a penalty 3 in the second chukker and a penalty 2 in the fourth chukker. Now he'll tee one up. Looks like an open goal penalty 2. And Lucas has been 100%.
Yes, he has.
Here comes Lucas James. 30-yard open goal. Nice and easy, huh?
Yeah, very nice and easy. Very controlled. Goal number 3 for the 7-goaler. So working and extending that lead now to 2 goals. 9 goals to 7. But still plenty of time here for Brookshire to come back with, well, ideally 2 goals. But if they can get 1, I'm sure they'll be happy with that. Back on the halfway line they go. Ball is thrown into play. Vecellina getting the first touch. Now Gonzalito Pierres will leave that one for Miguel Navijo-Estrada. So Brookshire winning the throw-in. Important, very important first step here as they take that ball downfield. Miguel Navijo-Estrada, is he within shooting distance? I think he might be. He's got Scott Wood just behind. Here comes the shot then. Bouncing ball came off the pony of the number 4 there of Juan Martin Nero.
Good block. He shut it down there. It looked like Pipe almost got a piece of it there, but it went wide to the right. So a good defensive stand here by Centrally. They would not allow that ball to get in there. That's what they've done really well here. When it gets inside the 60, this is going to be a short knock-in, though, turned around. Bipe is going to leave it now for Miguel again. You're going to get rotation from Gonzalito. And they're at about the 80-yard line here. There's the outlet pass, looking for Miguel once again. Miguel slowing it down here. They're going to the control game, the Brookshire team, changing it up a bit. Shot on goal and the high flag. So it's going to work for them.
Yeah, good goal there by Pipavicellina. They needed that. So just keeping the composure.
A little different style, as we've seen. Remember, they were running and gunning early, but now they're going to the control game, and he is very accurate from anywhere right around there. You know, we talked about his penalty shooting last year during the 12-goal and in the World Polo League. And he's been working very hard on defense also here for Brookshire today. He's going to get a breakaway here if they can get a big ball from Miguel. Miguel's going to put it out there, and I think that's a perfect pass. PB got to go to the near side, look for the volley. Will he save it? No, just off the side. So a nice offensive attack, though.
Very unlucky, yeah, very unlucky. And that could have been the equalizer, but that was a very difficult ball to control.
Now, we saw Nero take a quick knock-in last time. I got a feeling you're going to see him go and work the clock on this one. You know, with getting the lead here, and he's got to go ahead and do that. I like that. In the fourth, he said, let's go for it, guys, and try to get one. And they almost, remember, it almost backfired on them because Brookshire almost scored in that 30 seconds when they were hunting. But here we go. They're going to go in with a little lead for the 6 Shuckers. So stay with us. We will be back for our 6th and final Shucker here in the World Polo League Palm Beach Open.
At the time the taqueria began in 1975, our goals were simple: to provide service, which we did fieldside with our first trailer, quality, and those hard-to-find polo specialty items. We searched the globe to bring back the best equipment possible for polo players by polo players.
All right, 6th and final Chucker, and a 1-goal difference here on a amazing St. Patrick's Day. So, top of the morning to you, and happy St. Patrick's Day, Jan and Frank.
Thank you very much, Dale, and top of the morning to you as well. It's been a cracking game of polo. Here we go then, Chucker number 6, and we're off and away. One goal that Brookshire now need to try and get back very quickly, but Santa Rita, Trenque, Lauquen, they'd like to get this over the finishing line. They're just one away from going into double figures. Melissa Ganzi at the front, possibly looking for her 3rd goal. It'll be Juan Martinero. Well, you can see they're coming out guns blazing here. They want to get their first victory of this, the Palm Beach Open. This, remember, is the second game of the tournament. We've got 2 more coming up this afternoon. Juan Martin Zubia on the boards. Lucas James right there with him. They're deep in Brookshire territory right now. Gonzalito making life very difficult there for Juanma. Now they're around the outside. Lucas James on the near side, under the neck. Very difficult shot to do, especially when you've got a slight bouncing ball. A lot of fighting going on out there, Dale, at the moment.
2 number 4s slamming on the brakes there together. Both teams still have challenges here for the 6th and final chukker. And so we'll see what happens. I'm sure you might see something as it's been very, very competitive here in the second half. They all spin around here, and it looked like Nero jumped right back on it. I remember that ball stopped, but we'll see what they decide. You might get a challenge on this. Looks like they're going to look at it based on the players. Challenge on the play, and the umpire's call will stand.
Okay.
So foul on the play. I like this call. I mean, that ball was going up and down the field. Yeah. Nero jumped on, and just bad luck for Miguel. Remember that it can be a little tough sometimes. The player, remember when the ball is traveling up and down the field and it does stop. The old line is the new line. It doesn't change. And if you're not exactly sure where that ball came from, and it's at a standstill, it can be a little bit frustrating. But Nero had it down, and so they'll take this one down, and let's see where their positioning was. I think they're right around there. And, Lucas James, once again, 100% today, Lucas. Another penalty 3 for Lucas. And he dead center once again.
Dead center, indeed.
He's hit all 4 balls in the same spot.
Yeah, he has. He has. Consistent, to say the least.
Very consistent, Lucas James, today.
Yeah, that
a 3 in the second, a 2 in the fourth, and a 2 in the fifth, and now 3 in the third, in the sixth.
No, he's been
I love his swing.
Doing very well. 10 goals to 8 then. So now Brookshire a little bit under pressure here, but still plenty of time. But like I said, when they came out here at the beginning of chukker number 6, you could really feel how Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen came out with a mission. And at the moment, they are on course to pick up their first win. Pipo Vecellino will take the ball off Santa Rita one more time.
Going to the control game again.
Yeah, they are.
Well, it worked for them at the end of the 5th. You know, I can't really go against them here based on the way the Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen team has played, Ian. It might be a good move.
Yeah.
Because when they did go to the control game, they scored a goal. Melly's going to get in there and make a little move. It bounced off a pony. Scott gets a piece of it. Round and round they go on the flow. And now we could throw a blanket over 4 players. Look at Scott still in there working hard against Nero. But he gets taken out, and they're going to look for Lucas, but it's going to be picked up here by Miguel.
Yeah, and he's looking over his shoulder. There's the open backhand. Trying to find Gonzalito Perez. He's got Juan Martinero hovering. Now there may be a chance here if they can break through. Once again with the number 4, Miguel Novillo Estrada. And again, Juan Martin Zubia, such a clever, fast player, you know, and anticipating.
Yeah, mounted very well too, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, his 4-legged athletes look very, very strong today. Very handy, very quick. Like you said, Jan, getting the plays all over the field. Big ball right here, and that ball's got eyes. Cleaned up nicely by Scott Wood. Well done, Scotty.
Yeah, and again, good second touch here. And a good third. Scott Wood doing very well. Oh, he wants to run this one, you can see. He might have been thinking to himself, Juan Zubia, get out of my way. On the move, Juan Martinero. Still near Nero cuts into the midfield. He's got Miguel Navija Estrada, near side forehand, nicely done again, and he read it so well. He needs to pick that up on the near side. He did. Gonzalito coming in for the appeal. Again, open. Very, very nice polo here by both teams, and above all, very clean.
I like that play by Gonzalito to try to keep Zubia off the field, but Walmart just, he's, like you said, these horses are so tuned up today, and he was right back in there. You might go ahead and get a courtesy change here because they have run for over 4.5 minutes without, well, just the one penalty that Lucas scored. That was the only stoppage we had,
No, it's a bit like Chukka number 1. It reminds me very much of the first Chukka.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, besides the Brookshire team going to the control game.
Yeah.
And remember, because they came out, well, would make sense. They had a 2-goal handicap, so just capitalize on it. And they did. They scored 2 quick goals and went 4-1. I mean, they had as good of a first chucker as you could ask for. And then it was Santa Rita dug their spurs into the ground, and they were ready to go. They came back, scored 3 goals, and they mixed it up well. Melly getting 1, Lucas getting 1 from the penalty line, and then Nero. And only 1 goal scored by the Brookshire team. Then third chucker, only 1 scored by Brookshire. And the Santa Rita team, Trenque team scored another, and it went 6-5. So it was a very close match going into halftime. They kept their lead, though, Brookshire, 7-6 after the 4th. And then it was the 5th. And that's where Santa Rita, they came out on fire.
Yeah, they turned up the heat in that 5th chukker. I'm pretty sure that will be a topic for Brookshire. But, you know, a little under 3 minutes left to play here. You can see them talking. This is, I would not, as I say, count my chickens just yet.
No, this one's not over at all. Are you kidding me? 2 goals, 2:57 on the clock. And remember, the Brookshire team also very, very strong on their on the penalties with Pipe. So if they could get a penalty, but you got to give it up to Santa Rita. Trenque not fouling here in the second half. A very clean half for them.
Yeah.
And I think that was a big, probably some of their conversation at halftime. Let's keep Pipe off the penalty line, along with Gonzalito and Miguel, because they all can shoot them. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dallas, you know what I'd like to see now? That just be my sort of my St. Patrick's Day wish. I would like to see a situation where, on this particular case here, Brookshire might get a shot on goal and get a 2-pointer, just to make it super exciting.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be kind of cool, right? See the 2-point conversion happen here on St. Patrick's Day in our first game of 3. All right, here we go on the penalty 5A. Or actually, I'm sorry, that was a fair play bowling.
Yeah.
Because of the possession and running for a good 4.5 minutes on the courtesy change. So here we go. It's going to be a battle here at the end. Let's see what happens. That ball's going to go out of bounds. We're going to get a change of possession. So you're going to get a cop on the pitch, and it's going to be picked up here by Gonza. Gonzalito sending everybody forward. Everybody's going forward. Scott's going forward. Miguel's going forward. Pipe's going forward. A little miss hit, but that's not going to hurt. Oh, there's a pretty ball. That ball's got eyes. Gonzalito Pierre. Oh. Got to hit it perfect.
That was a proper Remington. That really was a proper Remington.
Proper Remington and well hit.
Yeah,
by Gonzalito. Miss hit on the first one, and then he snapped the second one.
Unlucky. So they're dodging a big bullet here. So now then, Juan Martin Nero. He knows, he's aware of the time that is left to play here in this first game for Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen in the Palm Beach Open 2023. And, well, she will probably take this one all the way. Melissa Ganzi, yeah, nice second touch on the approach. Now changes it to the near side. Well played, Melissa. Gets the putter out. And I'm pretty sure if she scores here now, Dale, that will be,
That's right. That's what you want because the clock goes tick, tick, tick. And that's right. Big near side play by Melly to pull that ball forward and finish the play here, not leave it on the field. Because if you leave it on the field, then you're 4 against 3. And Scott would go on offense because he wouldn't have to worry about Melissa. So let's see if they get one here. They need to get one now. On this run here, Yan. Very important.
Yeah, Gonzalito. Oh, he's left that one behind.
He's got help.
Yeah.
Miguel.
Back to Gonzalito. But he needs to get round Lucas James. And that by any means is not an easy feat to do. Now then, Miguel Novillo Estrada. You can see he's eyeing up that goal mouth. He will leave that one for Pipe Vercellino. A daisy cutter into the danger zone. Oh, he got a piece of it, Gonzalito Pierres. Not able to, just to put it between the uprights. So, Juan Martin Zubia. He will just, probably run that clock down. Now, remember, they needed to, as they approach that halfway point or that halfway line. Vercellino, well, he might just get another run here. Pipe Vercellino to bring it within one goal. And there it is.
Yeah, tight time's going to click down on him there, but that one shot from Pipe, that's the one he wanted. Didn't have a clean shot on his last shot at goal. A lot of players in front of him there. Not easy. So there you go. The Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen team is going to go ahead and edge out Brookshire by 1 goal. Here's your stats. They're going to be close. 10-9, 16-14 on the shots. Just a few more. Knock-ins, 7-6. Very close. Throw-ins, 8-7. Fouls committed, 6-5. Very clean game by both teams. Keeping it under 8 fouls. Very, very clean. Penalty scored, though, and that was probably a big difference, is a few more. He had the 4 open goals. And Lucas James, stellar from the penalty line. Where the Santa Rita team, a few more fouls, but they're not giving them opportunities to shoot a goal. And in these games that are so tight like that, that's a big difference. So congratulations to the Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen team. What do you think, Ian?
I think it was a great game. I think absolutely well done, Santa Rita Trenque Lauquen. It was a lot of hard work getting to where they did, but I also think Brookshire played very, very well. I mean, Pipe Vercellino, as always, a pleasure to watch him. So overall, a great game. And a quick reminder, of course, we're going to have a short break here. The action continues. Our 2 newcomers to the WPL Palm Beach Open. Dead end with Evan White Jr., Faculosa, Pedro Falabella, Amagula Prida. They're a 23-goal team, and they're going to be up against Global Port. Looking forward to seeing Mickey Romero from the Philippines. He's going to be out there.
First time playing. It's going to be fun.
Exactly. Anthony Garcia, the 5-goal. And then get a load of this. We've got Polito Pierres and Sapo Cassette, 2 10-goalers in that team. That's at 1:30. And then this afternoon, where Dale will be leaving me on my own, we've got Audi against Casablanca. 2 winners already of this 5th WPL season. So a lot to look forward to here on CTV Sports.
Yeah, big game. As I said, the 2 winners from the All-Star Challenge and Founders Cup. For Jan Erik Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports. I say thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports, especially on St. Patrick's Day, we love the polo. Welcome to CTV Sports.